All right, I am here with the new head coach of the New York Jets, Aaron Glenn. Aaron, how does that sound?
Still getting used to it. I really am, but I will get used to it. Listen, I'm looking forward to this opportunity. I want this job, like I said before, and me and Mougey are going to build something very special in this organization, so we're looking forward to it.
When did you know that you wanted to be the head coach of the New York Jets? I know you want to be a head coach, but when was it, and I want the New York Jets?
When the job opening came free, it was very intriguing to me. I mean, obviously, the year had to finish out, and I knew they were going to be looking for a head coach. But I also focused on what we were doing in Detroit, that I want to make sure that we tried to get a Super Bowl there. And once that was over with, man, my sights went right on the Jets. And listen, I know that's tough to say because I interviewed for a number of teams, but I always knew this was the team I wanted to get the job with.
What was the most intriguing about it? Because you played here, or was it because you wanted to change things?
Well, that was part of it. And I said about the Denver game, when that brought me back. And I will tell you this, talking to Woody, man, he is committed to winning. He really is. And the continued conversations that we had just furthermore just told me how we're going to operate here. So there's going to be change. It will be from a number of levels. And we're looking forward to that. We are. We're within this building, support staff. There's going to be change. Every time you have a new coaching staff, it's going to be change. But we want to change the mentality of the fans also. Listen, get used to winning. That's all I've been a part of my last couple of years. And I don't want to do anything other than that. So winning is all I know.
How do you change that, though? How do you change a culture? Because you have been part of doing that.
Yes. Listen, rah-rah speeches don't change cultures. People do. And I experienced that with Bill Parcells. You bring the right people in with the right mentality, and everybody has a shared vision, you're going to win games. You get that right, you get the identity right, you're going to win games, and we expect to do that.
When you have a young guy like Garrett Wilson, and he's such a superstar, and sometimes he's unhappy or he's not, what do you say to a guy like that?
Listen, there's a number of things I can say. There's a number of things I want to make sure I keep between me and him. But just like I said before, listen, man, put your seatbelts on because this will be a good ride. And he enjoy it. I guarantee he will.
How important is it that you know the New York Jets? You know the culture, you know the city, you know what it's like to play here, and now you're the coach. How important is that?
It's nothing better than winning in New York City. I experienced that going from 97, 98, 99. I think we had an injury with Vinny. And just like winning here in this city, capturing this city, there's nothing like it. Listen, I did it in New Orleans, I did it in Detroit, but here in New York City, it's nothing better.
When you see your old teammates, the Wayne Corbett, these guys down there, what was it like? What did you guys talk about?
Listen, it was the competitive nature of those guys and the way that we went out and practice will be some of the things that we do here, still. So it was outstanding. I enjoyed it. It was really good seeing those men. And I told them I'm going to lean on those. I need them, because they know what it's like. And they know the expectation. So for those guys to be around, it was special to me.
What's it like going to be able to work with Darren, you two together, building this?
Listen, I met Darren 3 years ago. We both have changed when it comes to how we see things as far as players and all that. But the thing is, the vision that we see it is the same on how we build a team. And to me, that's special. And listen, we're not going to agree on everything. But when we come out of the room, it's going to be as one. And that's what I love about him. The respect that we have between each other is outstanding. So I look forward to working with him.
You talked about you guys have changed. What are some of the things how you've changed?
Well, understanding how to win, understanding how to sustain winning, understand how to build a winner when we were down in Detroit. I mean, it was critical to me. And listen, every coach doesn't get that. And for me to have that for 9 years has been outstanding.
When you look at what you have now with this roster of New York Jets, what do you see?
Time to go. It's time to go. We have talent here, and the players know it too. So it's time for me and Mougey to make sure we foster that talent and go win games with it.
All right, look into the camera and tell New York Jets what they can expect from you as a head coach, because I know what they expect from you as a player.
Excitement, aggressive, and a let's go get a mentality.
All right, thanks, Coach. I'm here with Darren Mougey, who is the new GM of the New York Jets. How's it sound?
Sounds good. I'm excited.
What was it about the New York Jets job that stood out to you?
So many things, to be honest. It starts with the talent on this roster right now, the players, ownership, had great meetings with them throughout this process. I felt their commitment and passion to this team, as I mentioned, and then AG. I've known AG can lead men for a long time now, and to get this opportunity to pair with him was a no-brainer.
I was going to say, when you see Aaron Glenn, what do you see in Aaron Glenn?
His leadership, his conviction, his passion, his ability to motivate, so many things.
What do you plan on doing next? What's the next step for you guys now that you're here? It's official.
A lot. There's a lot to do. But immediately, I mean, we're going to finish this, and tonight we're going to meet with the scouts and start going through our roster and hearing what they have to say about the roster. Obviously, some of these people here know better than we do right now, and we want to hear that. So I've said this like the last 2 weeks. I've been getting a lot of questions through the interview process. Now it's my turn to listen and take it all in.
There's obviously a lot of question marks around Aaron Rodgers, number 8, your quarterback position. You know, Aaron said he's going to work and talk about it. What's that process like for you guys?
Yeah, Aaron has his process. We want to respect that. And like I said down there, I got so much respect for Aaron and what he's done as a player in this league. And we'll have our process. I mean, I landed less than 24 hours ago. I was struggling to find my office this morning, so we got a lot to do. But we look forward to that, and that'll come at some time.
You got the scouting, you got the combine, you got Senior Bowl. Where you have off season, where do you go next? I know you guys are sitting together, but
yeah, we'll be here. You know, the Senior Bowl is going on this week. I'd like to get down there. I don't think I'll be able to, but I know our crew is down there working hard. Touch base with some of those guys. Going to talk to them tomorrow. So yeah, we'll hit the ground running and jump into it.
What has Aaron told you about being here in New York?
We haven't talked much about being here in New York as much as we've talked about the team philosophy and stuff, so I'm sure he'll give me some insight, though.
All right, I told everybody this who comes here, look into the camera and tell New York Jets fans what they can expect from you.
That I'm going to pour my heart and soul into this job, and AG and I are going to do everything we can to put a winning team back on the field and bring a Super Bowl back to the Jets.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Woody,
Yes.
You said these were the two guys you wanted.
Yes.
Why?
You just got a chance to see it a couple of minutes ago, but it's just the same thing. You know, when we deal with Darren, we interviewed 15 other candidates, all really good, but he just stood out for what we need at the New York Jets. He had the experience, he has the drive, he has the insight, I thought, in player selection. Very organized, but also that artistic touch. How do you really identify character? That's hard to do. And so he convinced us. I think we were all really so impressed by how he just has that sixth sense. And also he can look at all the numbers and organize a draft room and organize a board, which is very complicated. And you really, how do you harvest all the best opinions from scouts, and whatever that other word was?
Mixed between scouts and coaches.
Yeah. Thinking too fast, but yeah, he has that ability, and so we felt that pairing with Aaron would be ideal, and he's a young guy. I said I won't say that, but we were very, very impressed with him.
And what was it about Aaron that stood out to you?
Everything. Pretty much, as a player, he's a first-round pick that I said
From the New York Jets?
For the New York Jets, that has maintained the rest of his life as a first-round pick. He was a total winner as a player. He was a total winner as a scout. He came in here. He wanted to start. They said that he didn't want to. He wanted to coach and not scout. And Parcells convinced him to be a great head coach. You have to be a scout. You have to go through that. So he did all those steps, but then he just took this team recently, the Lions, and transformed it from pretty much a basket case into a world champion team. So he's done everything right, and I think he's a great leader, great teacher, likes to teach, wants to be a coach, and that's the key, because it's a tough life. It really is.
Why do you know that you got it right this time?
At this stage, it's more of a gut feel. I've been through all the numbers and all the checks and all of this and that. I've got to be convinced that these guys are going to be both great leaders, and that's what I am convinced, that they can do it.
And how excited are you for this franchise and for this team and for your fans and for everything with these two now at the
I
helm?
think the fans are going to be excited the way they hear. They're going to hear new voices, and they're going to be a unified voice from the New York Jets. And we want to have sustain our success.